Are we on? I think we're on. Evening all.
Good evening, good evening, good evening, everybody. I hope you're very well.
Mrs. Sim Gamer, how you doing, mate? You okay?
I'm great. How are you, my friend?
I'm all
Been a
right,
long
thank you. I'm
time.
all great. Yes, it has. It feels like it's been forever, isn't it?
It feels like forever since we have been live, my friend. But we're here. We're here.
We we really are. There we are. Yeah. Just realised that my game's gone really jerky all of a sudden for some reason.
Oh. Well, move around, shake it all about.
Yeah. Not too sure what's going on
Hopefully it'll
there.
fix itself. But good evening,
Fingers crossed.
chat. Good evening, chat. Happy Sunday.
Evening, everyone. How you doing? You okay? Good to see you.
Good to see you all. I see TVD Bunt, Chris, Restall. Hope you're keeping very well, my friend. Hope you're keeping very well.
Absolutely. Do you know what? Something is going a little bit wrong for me here, Mrs. SG.
Yeah, I can see your side is looking a bit stuttery. I'm looking at your stream live as well. Hi Stephen, how you doing?
Evening, guys. Hope you're all good. Good to see you. Cheers for joining us. I'm taking my new internet connection for a run tonight. So I've got all my settings turned up to 11, but it seems that something isn't quite happy with me. I'm afraid it's really quite jerky.
It looks like you've got your frame rates too high. Did you do 30,000 instead of 20,000? Because I've got mine at 20,000.
Yeah, I did. I wonder. Do you know what? I'm going to see if you can alter this thing on the fly. I go to settings, output, stream. Right, now. Let's see if I can change that. Sorry about this, everybody.
We thought this might be the case. Having a couple of tech issues with Farmer Sim getting new wonderful
internet connection.
You got new internet, and all these things come with crazy techie issues.
They do. But it's I mean, see, yeah, I've just altered it down to 20,000 there. I think I can do it on the flight. I don't know if it's made any kind of a difference. It does still seem quite jerky for me here.
Yes.
Places. I do apologise.
It is looking a bit jerky, my friend. Well.
Yeah. Oh goodness, can't have that, can we? Everything's looks fine here. I've got an excellent connection. I've got 0 dropped frames. Everything's tickety boo according to this. But I think what it is, it's actually my computer. That's what the problem is. It's nothing to do with the internet connection or anything. It's my computer.
Just can't.
Working too hard. Yeah. Yeah. I think it is because I'm trying to stream in 4K. I might have to
bring it down.
I can't. Yeah, but I can't do that whilst I'm streaming.
Well, the only thing is, you could come off your stream, adjust your settings, and come back. And if everyone just wants to hop over to me, so you know when
Yeah, let's do that.
Steve is back online.
Yeah. Let's do that because to do this for an hour or so, I think it's going to upset people because it's the gameplay is going to look really quite bad. Right, forgive me. I shall be back momentarily.
Lovely. If you all head over to my channel, Mrs. Sim Gamer, and you'll know when Farmer Sim is ready. So indeed, in the meantime, I will leave. You'll be able to hear Steve. I'm so sorry, I gave away your real name then. Farmer Sim, because he's on Discord. So
yes, you'll still hear me, unfortunately.
You'll still be able to hear him. And in the meantime, what I'm going to do is go over to the contract that we've accepted on a field 111. No. Yeah. 111. What's the best way to get there, buddy?
Back in a minute. It is, if you know where Keith's farm is.
Yep.
Going off Scroff's farmhand series, if you come out of our farm, turn right, go down the road, and then turn left towards Keith's farm, and essentially just follow that road all the way along,
all the way around,
and it'll take you around a little lane that goes around a few fields.
Excellent.
That'll bring you out somewhere near field 111. Right, I'm gonna stop the stream. You'll still hear me, but as I say, I'm gonna end the broadcast there.
No hitch on the back. Sarah, greetings from Canada. Finally got a chance to watch you. I'm so pleased to have you here, Sarah. Thank you so much for jumping on. We don't normally do Sunday nights, but it just turned out that it's a good time for us guys. Love watching you both while I play on my farm. That is so cool to hear. What farm are you playing at the moment? And I see, Chris, you're mentioning a new map as well. I haven't checked out that map. Is it Eldersoven map? And that sounds pretty cool. I need to check this out. Oopsie. James, happy Sunday. Mrs. SG in chat, happy Sunday, James. Good to have you here. It's nice playing on Sunday. I like the nice way to finish the week, you know? Get rid of Courseplay. Not even been using it. So how has everybody's week been? You had good weeks? It's actually quite interesting. Farmer Sim said Keith's farm, but now I'm like, until I see it, I think it's this one. I think. Yeah, that's Keith's farm there on the right. Phew. I'm gonna go in cab to drive. I prefer in cab driving with the harvesters. Chris says it's an older map, a hidden gem. Well, I need to check this out. Is it crossplay, Chris? And while at Keith's farm, check on the cows and message Scruff while you're at it. Yes! Poor Keith is unwell at the moment, isn't he? So I hope that he's resting, watching movies or reading books. Now that we know he's a Harry Potter fan. Well, that was a Harry Trotter. They've named the horse, haven't they? I thought that was hilarious. And I am a Harry Potter fan, so I thought that was a good giggle. How do we all feel such strong connections to these characters? Scruff has done just such an incredible job for us to feel that way about characters that he's created out of nothing. I'm also loving his series with Beanie, his fiance. So I've still got this week's to watch, actually. But I saw it was 120 minutes, an hour and 20 minutes. Oh, okay. Right, I need to put some time aside for that one. Right, swing this girl round.
I'm having some serious problems here, mate. Oh,
hey,
no, there
buddy.
we go. I think. Right, I'm back on.
You're back?
Back on. Hello. Yes, I think so. Sorry about that. Forgive me.
Don't you worry. I think
it seems to be working.
Was it stream 2 or 3 where I had all kinds of techie issues?
Yeah, I think that sounds about. It rings a bell. That does, doesn't it? There we go. Yeah, back to. I've downscaled it back to 90, back to 1080p, and the computer seems to like it. Anyway, that's one thing. Anyway, right, where are you? Are you in the harvester driving over to the field?
Yep, just arrived.
Right. Well, I'm just going to hook up the header trailer now. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh.
Tech issues, as per usual.
To be fair, we did expect it this time.
Well, I didn't expect it within the first few seconds. Everything seemed to be working fine until we
started,
clicked go
yeah.
on the stream, and then the computer was just like, no.
Yeah, the computer says no.
The computer says no. So, TVD Bunt, hello mate, how you doing? Appreciate your commenting there. So does everything look all right from my side? Is it watchable?
I'm just going to refresh.
Oh, yeah. There we go.
Your channel, live. Yeah, that's looking perfect, buddy.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. No stuttering at all.
Oh, that's better. That'll do. Farmer's Scottish Jim, good evening, mate. How you doing? Good to see you. Cheers for joining us. Hope you're well. You joined at the right time because you just missed the last few minutes of my computer spitting its dummy out. I've had to stop and start the stream about 2 or 3 times.
I tell you what, talking of stream, we're right by a stream, and the sound effects are making me need the bathroom. I'm gonna have to just go into the field a minute whilst I wait for you. I was like, that's too much running water for my liking.
Evening, Leroy. How you doing, mate? Merchant of Karma, Chris B. Good evening, pal. How you doing?
Good evening, Chris B.
Andreas. Hello, mate. Cheers for joining us on your Sunday evening.
Red Bull Farmer I see has dropped into your chat. Hello, boy. How you doing?
The farming duo are back. It's been too long. Well, it has been too long, you know. It's today. It's the first time in quite a few weeks now, or it feels like quite a few weeks, that we've actually been able to align our schedules to come together to do this. And it's not, obviously we normally aim for a Saturday night, don't we?
We do, but actually I quite like the Sunday slot. The week's done. I've got no appointments. I'd be sitting on the sofa, so it's quite a nice time to just sit and hang out with you guys, to be honest.
Absolutely. Right, where are we here? So I'm gonna need to think about which way to reverse in here, aren't I? Actually, no, I'll just go in forwards.
Yeah, going forwards.
We're not going to destroy too many crops, I suppose.
I don't think we've got crop destruction on, and anyway, it doesn't work on contracts, does it? So we're all good.
Does it? There we go. Right. Perfect. Have a header, mate.
That is a wonderful delivery.
Why, thank you.
I'll give you a tip later.
Yeah. Never eat yellow snow. Right, I'm going to leave this out here. And then
alright, let's do this, guys. It is time to... Why are you... There we go. Alright. Yes, I'm unfolding.
I shall be back with the trailer momentarily, mate.
Wonderful.
Okay. Happy St. Patrick's Day from Ireland, from Red Bull Farmer, and to you, mate. Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Absolutely. Short time for me, says Andreas. Soon get ready for work. I sit with a big cup of coffee. Excellent, mate.
Leroy, don't go stealing my Sunday slots. Oh, right. Is Sunday now yours, Leroy? Nah, this community, you know, we're very lucky, aren't we? You know, there's so many amazing streamers, and we kind of all have to muddle along, and
that's it. We just got to, like I said before, this is the first time we've been able to organise getting together for the first time
a while.
In ages, isn't it? Yeah.
But you're streaming at 8, aren't you? So we can always give you a shout out. If we do make this more regular, we'll give you a shout out to say everyone go over there.
Absolutely.
Been doing Sundays for 2 months. Oh, good lad. Nice. Yeah, I know, apologies, FSG and Argsy sometimes do Saturdays or Fridays, so we just slot in whenever, really. And also, absolutely. I know it sounds silly, but we try not to keep it too regular, but purely because there are lots of people which were missing Saturday nights. So we've done one in the week, doing one on Sunday, so we're just making sure it's available. So between us we have, I know it's only about, 7,500 subscribers, but not all of them are available on one particular slot, so it's nice to mix it up and give lots of people a different chance.
Absolutely. What have we got there? Carlos Padova, hello mate. Love listening to those melodic accents from both of you. Thanks for making Farm Sim a lot more enjoyable. No, thank you, mate. Appreciate the kind comments.
Thank you very much. That's super sweet of you.
I don't know about a melodic accent. You haven't heard me sing, goodness me.
Please don't start singing.
J.R. Wallen. Yeah, yeah. Everyone suddenly disappears. J.R. Wallen says, howdy Farmer Sim, glad I could finally catch you live. Absolutely love your cinematic videos. Thank you very much, mate. It's very kind. Thank you. Glad you're enjoying the content.
Yeah, I had someone earlier saying it's nice that they can finally catch us live, and I think
yes.
it's just nice to give everybody a different opportunity, isn't it?
Absolutely. I'm on my way with trailer.
Lovely, and there's no rush. I'm only 21% full.
Oh, okay. Oh, of course, yeah, because we've got that's the updated harvester with the 20,000 litre capacity.
Yes,
so,
this is a boss. This harvester.
It is a beast, isn't it? It is a beast. But yeah.
Oh, Leroy, you've just become a member. What a legend! Thank you so much, my darling.
There he is. There you go. Still haven't done anything about channel memberships yet at all.
Anyone that is here, Leroy is going live at 8. Make sure to head on over and give him a watch as well. If you don't want to leave us, make sure to go and give him a sub, and make sure to be a part of his replay crew at least, and then check him out next Sunday.
Merchant to Karma has just said, can I say meow in my melodic accent?
Who? Which? I'm guessing you.
I don't know. Do you mean me or Mrs. SG? Merchant.
And there's different ways of saying meow.
Yeah.
There's
meow.
There's meow like a cat, or meow like a human.
Yeah.
Like meow, you're looking good.
Well, it won't be that one then, not if you're talking to me. Face for radio, innit? There we go. Caught the bridge wall there.
Thank you, Leroy. Yes, smash that like button. It helps the channels out. And I'll be honest with you, it is incredible. You could have the most subscribers in the world, but if there aren't likes and comments, it means absolutely nothing to YouTube.
That's right. That is absolutely right. I've been watching a few of these YouTube learning type videos over the last few weeks, just because I feel I need to know more about it all. Oh goodness, Leroy, TVD, goodness me, thank you very much. That's very kind, mate. Honestly, on TVD Bunt, I've had a £20 super chat from Leroy and £11.99 from TVD Bunt.
Guys!
Thank you so very much.
That is so good of you. Well done for supporting Farmer Sim. Appreciate you guys.
Really do. Don't smash that button so it can be reused. Yeah, absolutely.
I remember hitting it twice doesn't count.
Yeah.
Unlikes it.
Right, bear with me a second. I'm going to have to open a widget here. It's telling me to reduce my stream's bitrate.
And can you move your mic a little bit closer as well? I'm struggling to hear you a bit.
Can you hear me now? Is that better?
Actually, I tell you what it might be. It might be this harvester. If I go inside, I can hear you much better.
It is a noisy thing. Yes, the harvester's got a bit of heft to its volume, hasn't it?
Yeah, she's a beaut, but yeah, I'll just go inside.
There you go. Andreas says he uses the same harvester for all his save games on 14 different maps. It is a good harvester. It is one of my favourite in the game, I've got to say.
Absolute legend, Andreas.
Yeah, absolutely. It's quite a big field, this one, isn't it?
Yes.
I didn't realise how big it was. Goodness me.
When you suggested that,
percentage-wise,
I am 48%, my friend.
Oh, okay.
What I'll do is I will, because I realised I'm doing the headlands the complete wrong way round.
You're going backwards.
I'm going backwards, so I will spin round in a minute.
You're all right, don't you Yeah. I should be waiting for your auger pipe. I didn't realise this was quite such a big field. Yeah. Oh well. Keep us busy for a bit. Keep us out of trouble.
I'm just going to zoom.
How are we all doing?
Yeah. How are you, chat?
What's been everybody's highlight of the weekend so far? Been up to much? Been up much going on?
Well, my father is going to work in Miami for 3 weeks. So
nice.
I've spent quite a lot of time with him this weekend.
Yeah.
I see my parents a lot. I'm very, very lucky. I do see him a lot. And so I'm gonna miss him terribly. Such a darling. So but when he comes back, me and the family we're going to, I think I've talked about this on the last stream actually. It's my husband's big birthday, a 40.
Ooh.
And we've rented a house on the beach in Cornwall in Praia Sands. So we're all gonna go there. And then straight after that he's off to Brazil, which I'm really jealous about. So I've never been to South America. It's the few continents I'm missing, and that's one of them. So
nice.
Yes.
Very nice.
Leroy, thank you so much for the super chat. That's very kind of you. Thank you so much.
Very kind, mate. Slug Juice, good evening, mate. How you doing? Oh, have you had a bad weekend, Merchant? What's been going on, mate?
What's happened?
I don't know.
Talk to us.
For the sake of... Yes. Agony aunt and uncle.
We're listening. You remember that Frasier Crane?
Frasier, goodness me, I've not seen that for years.
Well, they brought out a new series, didn't they? It's played on Paramount.
Do you know what, actually, funnily enough, that you kept that strangely was in my thoughts yesterday, because do you watch the cartoon Rick and Morty? You ever heard of that?
I've heard of it, never watched it.
It's really funny. It's like an adult cartoon. It's really funny. But there's a character in there, a girl who plays the daughter of the family in the series, and that's the voice actress who plays that is Kelsey Grammer's daughter, Frasier's daughter.
Really? What, real life daughter? Because he doesn't have a daughter, of course.
In real life, the actor Kelsey Grammer who plays Frasier, it's his daughter who plays the character.
I think he's got a lot of kids though, hasn't he? He's a bit loosey goosey with his women.
Oh, is he? I have no idea. I've got no idea.
He's a bit of a stud muffin, I think.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
I see. Slug Juice says his team lost before. LF's. Oh, did Liverpool lose to Manchester United?
Yeah, I was watching that before I came on the stream because my husband's a Man U supporter. So
there you go.
I had a very happy husband.
Oh, did you? What was the score in the end?
Well, it was 2-2, went to extra time, and then Liverpool scored one. Right. Bearing in mind Liverpool were the better team the entire time. Yeah. And then Rashford scored. Then, oh golly gosh, I've forgotten who the other person is that scored. But yeah, so it ended up being 4-3.
Wow, okay. There you go.
It was a good one. It was a good one.
Very good. I don't really follow football that much, but I do know that haven't Man U had a bit of a losing streak recently, I think? I don't know.
They've had a losing streak for I don't know how long.
Yeah.
I think wasn't that Liverpool's second game loss out of 20 plus matches or something?
No idea.
I think Slug Juice will be able to tell us.
Yeah.
I heard the stat and I was like, oh gosh. Yeah. Ahmed. Was that who scored? Chris, you're a Villa fan, are you? Who does everyone else support? See, I have always been Man United. My grandfather was a Man United fan, so I've come down from my grandfather. My husband's always supported Man U, but I think that was because of glory days. So you just supported who was winning, and it's kind of stuck, even though they're losing now and have been for a very long time.
I used to be into football many years ago, and I was a Man United supporter, but I just lost interest in it. I don't know what it was. I just gave up on it for a while. But that was back in the days of Cantona and Kanchelskis.
Oh yeah, Fergie.
And all that. Yes, they were the glory days.
They were the glory days, weren't they?
Yeah, absolutely.
Leroy's a rugby fan. So didn't Ireland win the Six Nations this weekend? That was the rugby news, wasn't it?
I think so. Sounds familiar.
I do have my finger on the pulse with sport, but not much as my sister and my husband.
Yeah, like I say, I used to be well into it. My family's always been quite sporty in that respect. But I don't even follow motorsport that much anymore, and I'm a dribbling petrol head.
Yeah, I used to follow F1, but I don't follow that anymore because it's just a glory race now for me. You know Max Verstappen's going to win, and that's that now.
That's it. I do like a good rally, though, I must admit.
Yeah. And my dad's always been into motorbikes, so he's had Ducatis. He's got one that he's been meaning to build for a long time, sitting in the garage. But when my mum had my sister, it was kind of like, you're not allowed to ride a motorbike anymore.
You're banned from motorbikes.
You're banned from motorbikes, and that was how old is she? Oh no, I better not say. I'm nearly 35, and my sister's 4 years older. You guys can do the math. You'll kill me if I call her age out or not. Yeah, no, I'm at 35 on Easter Sunday.
Is it your birthday coming up soon?
Yeah, I'm on Easter Sunday this year.
There it is. Goodness me. So you get Easter eggs and birthday presents. Nice.
Should I do up and downs while did you want to run to the store or?
I'm at 79% now, but I'll run it now. May as well.
I might do some up and downs.
Why not?
She's right in my way. Not a euphemism.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, I do have a lot to learn though with all this internet nonsense that I've been faffing around with over the last few days, don't I?
Well,
I really do.
I remember when I switched my internet over, and it was quite the difficulty.
Yeah, because I've got a message on my, the actual YouTube page that we've got open here with the chatting.
Yeah.
I've got a message on it saying that my bitrate is higher than the recommended bitrate. I'm like, what? I just assume that when you've got a super duper turbo internet connection, that you can just turn everything up to 20 and be done.
Yeah.
Clearly not.
Mine is running at 20,220-ish, and it's stable, no drop frames. But I remember I was dropping frames like a bee on that first few strings because I was like, I can't figure it out.
What you were saying then, didn't you?
I had to think what I was saying. Yes.
But the thing is, I've got no drop frames. I'm running at 20,700 kilobytes a second.
Yeah.
I've got 0 dropped frames, and when I get rid of that thing there, it says excellent connection on the YouTube page.
Well, I'm watching your screen as I'm playing as well,
right.
And it's looking beautiful. So.
Does it look clear? It doesn't look all pixely and rough.
I'm watching it on an iPad, so it's not like I'm watching it on a big screen. So anyone that's watching it on a big screen, please comment. But
yeah, if you can. Sorry to sound like a stuck gramophone record. But yeah, anyone who's watching my stream on some form of television, does it look clear. Yeah, because I've just gone through this enormous ball ache of having OpenReach come round and remove block paving blocks off my driveway and everything to run a fibre connection to the house in order for me to be able to, purely for the purpose of being able to stream better quality videos. And the first time sending it out for a run tonight, and it's all, yeah, I just assumed I'd be able to jump in and start streaming 4K. No.
Nope.
Nope. Computer says no.
Computer says no.
I know, yeah.
So Chris, your dad was born in Birmingham and you were born in Stratford in Canada. That's very cool.
There you go.
Stratford is, in real life, very close to that's Manchester. There's a Stratford in Manchester, isn't there?
Stratford. There's Stratford's in Manchester. Stratford upon Avon is Shakespeare County.
Shakespeare County. I'll put my pipe out for you, buddy. Chris B has been busy chasing around Barcelona. Put taxi on its roof. I love that. Are you enjoying it, Chris? Lots of people after watching my stream have thought Taxi Life I should have been on commission.
Oh really? Oh, that's mega.
I'm really, some of my favourite streamers, and I'm talking about streamers which have millions upon millions of views, also played this, and it is getting really good reviews. So
excellent.
It's a bit of fun.
Oh, that's good.
And that's the most important thing.
Yep, that's what it's all about, having fun. All good here in Cambridge, it says Chris. Good to see you, Chris, mate. Hope you're okay. Leroy's watching on a 4K monitor, and I think it's all right. Thank you very much, peeps. I appreciate your commenting and let me know that it looks all right. Apologies that I'm always asking this question, aren't I? Pretty much every stream I do. But yeah, hopefully I'll dial it down a bit for the next one. There we go. Nice. Better.
So how's your weekend been, Pharmacim?
Mine, I've spent most of the weekend, as I spend most of the week, sitting at my computer, recording. I've actually just been down the road on Court Farms, on home farm, been recording Monday's episode, and what else have I been doing? Not a lot, really. That's just been pretty much most of my weekend this weekend. It's quite a big episode. It's about 45 minutes long, this one, so I've got quite a lot to do.
Wow. Yeah, I've been working on my 200 horsepower challenge, and I've plotted out 2 new fields and got it ready for course play. I just don't have the time to sit there and do it all myself. We're talking about 35 minutes to an hour just to do one very simple thing. And I'm like, no, I can't do that. So course play is now finally up and running. I think I just finished recording episode 13, maybe? I think 13, 14. Leroy, have a fantastic stream, buddy. I hope it goes very well.
Cheers, Leroy, mate.
Thank
have
you
a good
for coming.
Pal. Absolutely. What's not all right, Merchant? Just reading your comment there. It is not all right. I mean, what is up with that blue colour? Says Mitch. What are you referring to, Merchant? The blue of the harvester? Back alongside you now, mate.
Thank you.
We go. No problem.
Merchant of Karma, I'm also reading yours 200 horsepower water challenge. It is actually a challenge. It's on calm lands as well, which is deceivingly hilly and a little bit of a nightmare. So I agreed to it thinking, oh, that's a really nice, simple, clean map. And then I buy a plot on a hill and think, what did I just do?
So are you finding limitations just with the power of the tractors getting stuff up a hill?
Yes.
Ah.
But the way
see.
around it is just to put down your own sell points, and Bob's your uncle, you don't need to travel very far.
Okay, yeah. Makes sense.
So I just put the not the all-in-one on. I just put down the all-in-one factory actually in one of the episodes. It's not been aired yet. But I have the Sell Anything mod. It's a really good mod.
Yeah. Absolutely, Merchant. Go on, suggest a challenge, mate. By all means.
Please.
Yeah. Is this a challenge for me and Mrs. SG? Is it?
We are working on something in the background, me and Farmer Sim.
Yes.
We're not ready to announce it just yet, but we are working on something.
We're thinking about something, aren't we?
But yes, suggest a challenge, although we have already kind of committed to a challenge, but if yours is better, there's still time. I think you got yourself a spammer there. Yes. TV debunked. Hopefully I pronounced that right. Stephen, who is also watching live now, gives me really good suggestions, and one of those was the mobile utility, and that was a really, really awesome option. Mobile utilities. So you're able to, it provides you a sell point. You could just pick it up. You can even pick up a sell point and take it up to a bale on a field and sell, rather than going. So there's lots of things in this pack. I believe it's cross-play. It's on the Mod Hub, and I have downloaded it. I am thinking about using it on one of my other fields, the field 8, which is further away from my main. Because I'm going to need multiple sell points, so that is a perfect one.
I'll have to check that one out. Has it been out for long?
I think it has, yeah, and that's the first time I've heard about it. Stephen sent it to me saying you should check this out. It's better than Sell Anything. So, oh gosh, really?
She'll check that out.
Yeah.
So merchant's suggestion for a challenge is take a flat map, buy it all, plough it, buy the cheapest base game stone picker and collect all the stones.
That sounds like torture, not a challenge.
That's not a challenge. Well, it's a challenge. It's definitely some form of mental challenge, because that would challenge even the hardiest of
Farm Sim players.
Yeah. That's why that big stone picker that we had on
the bear hug
on Purbeck, the bear hug thing. Yeah. That's why that exists.
Yeah, even that's not going to be big enough, but that's one of a big flat map.
Absolutely. Yeah. Elite Farming. Good evening, mate. How you doing? Good to see you. Cheers for dropping by.
Elite Farming. Hey. Good to have you here. Sorry, buddy.
No, that was my fault. Entirely my fault. Going too fast and pressing the wrong button.
You're getting excited.
And then build, and then build a castle from all the stones, says TV debunked. That's one way of doing it, I guess.
That's a different game.
That would be one of the most painful things to have to do.
Even on courseplay, that would be painful. Like, even if you plotted out a field with a plough and got courseplay going to pick up the stones, it would still be agony.
It would take a very, very, very long time. With the base game Stone Picker Upperer, which is... I can't... Was that you having a bit of a...
That was a gag.
Bomb in the mouth. Yeah.
That was a gag. That's a absolute no-no.
Yeah.
Would you do it? Would you do it for $1,000?
Would I do it for $1,000? Yeah. I don't think there's anything I wouldn't do for $1,000 right now, quite frankly, mate. I'd probably do it in the nude as well, quite frankly, for £1,000. I need a moderator. Yeah, I need more than a moderator, really. Yeah, but then I could just put it. Am I allowed to use Courseplay for £1,000?
No.
Oh, that's not fun. Because the thing, you could do it with Courseplay. You could just set it off and off you go.
Should we set up a GoFundMe page for Farmer Sim?
GoFund, yeah. Let's do it for comic relief or something. I'm gonna do it. Buy a flat map and pick stones with a 3.5 meter stone picker.
You'd be there next comic relief.
Yeah. Yeah. Merchant says you can do it for 998.
And
so
the
is this
bidding
the
war
challenge?
starts.
This is the challenge now. This is now the bidding war to see how much you can earn to do this.
Yeah. How low do you guys feel?
Yeah. YouTube may frown upon the lack of clothes. Yeah, they wouldn't be the only ones frowning upon that, mate. Don't you worry. There'll be other people frowning about that.
You have been blocked.
Yeah, that would be painful. Very, very painful.
It would be if it's a cold day.
Yeah. It's been a nice day here today, actually. No, it's been a nice spring feel to it today.
Rainy start, lovely afternoon.
Yes, indeed. 3.5 is luxury, says Merchant. The cheaper. What's the cheapest? Is it 2.5, Merchant? Is that? What is the cheapest? I think I might have the cheapest stone pricker. It's the one that mounts on the front, and it's just like an odd shaped bucket that it's just like a grid.
Oh no, I don't have the patience for that.
Well,
no.
I've had the patience for it. I've still got it on the other Court Farm series. It doesn't.
But do you put it on Courseplay though?
Of course.
So then that's fine.
Yeah.
You're not actually using it, are you?
No. About 2, says Merchant. Yeah, that is.
Alvin, I hope I pronounced that correctly. Hello, hope you're very well. Thank you for coming on to the chat.
Absolutely. Good evening. Hope you're well, mate. Hope you're well.
Sorry, let me get my pipe out.
The Daigle.
It's a sophisticated chat going on right now. Very sophisticated.
Where? let's go and join them, shall we?
Yeah, on Leroy's stream.
Yeah. There's nothing sophisticated about this verbal diarrhea, my friend.
To anybody that's just joined, we are doing a contract on field 111.
To anyone that's just joined, we're very sorry.
Yes, you've joined at a very weird moment in our lives.
Yeah.
We're sitting here thinking our Sundays are what now?
Yeah.
I'm very well. Thank you so much for asking. I am very well, thank you. Much better for being here with you guys. I have to admit that Sunday nights are kind of the time when I'll sit on the sofa and eat my body weight in food. So it's pretty good to be here and not think about food for a second. RB Trucking's in the house. How are you doing, my friends?
There he is. RB, hope you're well, mate. Good to see you.
Hope you're doing well, my friend.
Do we have a server that is up all the time, says Merchant?
Yes, but not public.
Yeah, it's not a public server, if that's what you mean, Merchant. It's a server that we pay for that enables us to do this, but yeah, it's not we haven't got that far on our YouTube careers yet, having public servers open for other people and stuff yet. That'll probably be something for the future, won't it?
Something on our radar.
Yes.
Very much on our radar, and we would love to do it.
Yes, absolutely.
But there are many other YouTubers that provide that as a service. I'll go back this way so you can join me on my journey round. But yeah, I think we have discussed it, haven't we? And
we have, yeah. There's lots of things that I know I need to do as well. I need to get some servers up and running. I need to do something about channel memberships. There's so many things I need to do.
Yeah.
Evening, Mark. How you doing, mate? Good to see you.
Good evening, well, Mark. The man,
Cheers
the legend.
Us, the man, the myth, the legend. Glad you made this one, because my first attempts this evening went completely doolally because my computer. I've just got a new internet connection, Mark, and full fibre and all that loveliness, and I had everything turned up far too high. So as soon as we clicked go, my computer was just having none of it, was it?
Pick stones up as a group. Now that might be more bearable.
What's that? Pick stones up
on a group.
Pick stones.
So if you had a 16 times map, which is just mental, and this is not me agreeing to anything.
Have you ever been on a 16x map yet?
No.
Oh, mate.
No. So I'm not agreeing to anything. And the caveat is I'll come in on the last day to help out. Yeah. That doesn't surprise me. I'm all about the working the smart, not hard, guys. You know this about me. When have I ever worked hard? Chris says, for both of you, what would you like to see in the next game? FS25.
Ooh.
I know exactly what I'd like to see, and it's something which is really lacking, in my opinion, is animals. Animal revamp completely. And I know everybody keeps saying that farm sim giants won't do anything about that to keep their rating low, but I'm hoping with them bringing out a kids version of the game that they might reconsider a more realistic version for us adults. Every other farming game there is, none of them come even close to farm sim. But what I do like about all of them is animals perish. You actually milk the animals. You know what their age is. There's things like this. You have to keep them clean. You have to keep them healthy, which health is on here, but without mods on PC, it's not that. And even then, it could go further.
Right, I'm full now, mate. I'm going to go off to the sell point.
No worries. What would you like to see?
The winning lottery ticket, please. It's only £2. Don't be tight.
Then you can buy giants and do what you want.
Yes, I could make my own game. Yes.
Imagine that.
Sorry, just catching up on a couple of bits of the chat here. Mark said you have to tell Mrs. Sim that it's Mark H, not Mark T, who's a legend. You're a legend as well, Mark.
You're a legend? No.
Mr. Time Saving Stock Jack.
Mark Thor is called Sir Thor. You are a legend.
Sir Thor.
Does
he know?
He knows, yeah. He named himself that, I think.
Right, okay.
But no, my friend, you are amazing. We were actually talking about you when we were setting up. So we were looking on the stock saving.
You can't even say it. Stock saving check.
Time stock saving.
Yeah.
She's broken. No, you're amazing, my friend.
Cheers, Andreas. Thanks for joining us, mate. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, pal, at work. You're very welcome. Mrs. Sim Gamer is the officer, and they just can't read and drive at the same time. Isn't that what Clarkson always says? Yeah.
What was that? What have I done? What is someone saying?
He just said, Red Bull Farmers saying that you're the officer, and they just don't or won't work. There we go.
Yes, I'll just go. You plot 1, you plot 2, you plot 3.
Absolutely. But no, do you know what? I don't know what I'd like to see in FS25. I'm easily pleased, I suppose, but I obviously not being an actual farmer in real life and just having a genuine passion for this game, and the fact that I've learned so much about farming from this game. obviously I do watch a lot of real farming stuff. You know, I watch Millennial Farmer and Ollie Blogs and Harry Metcalf and all that, and obviously Clarkson's Farm as well now, and a few others. This game has taught me so much about real life farming.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of happy with a lot of the parts of the game anyway. The bits it's not that I don't like, the bits I would like to see improved, if there is any way of being able to improve them, is from a nerd perspective in a way, just about the technical aspect of the game engine, getting the game to run, because it is a beautiful game. It's a very, very pretty game, and it lends itself very well to, you know, beautiful vistas and photographs, and obviously making videos like what we do. I love trying to take advantage of the visual splendour that the game can produce, and sometimes I find it difficult. Like you know, just what I've been doing, the faffing I've been doing this evening, just with the, you know, with the computer side of things. Jumping between 1080p and 4K and this, that and the other. And I know this evening's nothing to do with the game itself, but I'd love it if the game could run really, really well on 4X maps and bigger. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, 100%. 100% base game as well. But I think a lot of the restrictions are them still clinging on to PS4 and the older Xbox. If they were brave enough to let go of that,
I think they are doing, aren't they?
I don't know.
I think I do recall hearing somebody say that when FS25 does come out, is, you know, spoke about properly in public for the first time. I think most people are pretty confident that the PS4 will be kind of forgotten about, and that the bottom level console that they'll be focusing on will be the PS5. I think
that would be great,
because it is a bit of a bottleneck, isn't it?
It is a bottleneck because the engine inside the PS5 and the Xbox, is it X?
The Xbox One.
Xbox One? I don't know. I'm terrible with Xboxes. It's far more powerful. But the big question is, when are they going to bring out the next PlayStation, the next Xbox? I'm sure a big factor in all of these decisions are in their roadmap. But yeah, one of the other things, Scroft looked at a mod, and I'm sure some of the others have, and it's a mod for realistic maintenance of the vehicles.
Oh, the breakdown mod. I saw it. I saw the thumbnail for that. Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. I like that.
It does look pretty cool.
That's
pretty cool.
I would kind of like to see a little bit more with the characters. So at the moment, the characters are quite. Here, there's 6 choices of head, 6 choices of this. You haven't got to eat. You haven't got to, you know, your sleep is a trigger. Like a lot of other games now, there's a lot more you. So that probably won't happen, but it makes you feel a little bit more connected to particular games when you've got to look after your own health.
That's a good point, that. Yeah, I hadn't thought of that.
And this game doesn't touch upon your own personal health, your own personal connection. Sometimes when I play this game, I don't feel personally connected. Whereas a lot of the other simulator games I'm playing at the moment, you know, you've got to watch out for your food, your drink, your energy levels, your health, all of these things. Yeah. I quite like that. I quite like that aspect.
Yeah, makes sense. It does. It does.
It's not important at all, but it's kind of nice. So I've got a couple of things here. Why do you take the pipe in and out? Why not just let it stay out? I don't know. When I turn, it's kind of like I just like to have it folded in. I don't know. It's just a personal thing. Kermit, that's my hope too. I would love more realistic animals as well. Meat productions, a more mature farming sim game would be awesome. I completely agree. And I think now is the time. Now is the time that they've got the kids game out. I feel that it lends itself to that. And just a caveat, guys, I don't have any inside information. This is not coming from a place of knowledge. So, Chris, update on animals for sure. Seasons need to be better. Yes, that what I would love. Oh, okay. More unpredictable weather, harder modes, no fast farming, cultivate after ploughing, etc. Story mode. Story mode would be interesting. A lot of the games I play simulator-wise on my other channel, they have story modes, and I like it. I love a story mode, but I love a story mode when it's open world. I don't like being restricted to the story and that shit. See, that just feels uncomfortable to me. I have to have the pipe. Weird, isn't it?
You don't like wandering around with your pipe out?
No, I like my pipe to be in when I turn a corner.
I'm here all night. Unfortunately.
Kermit, Series XF. Yes, that's the one. That's the older one, isn't it? And the newer one's the one.
Oh, is it? Shows how much I know.
I really don't know anything. Mark, thank you for coming over to my chat. The mental health of farmers is a contentious subject.
Yeah.
FS25X. That's a great idea. X-rated.
X-rated?
Well, if you think about it, right? You have parent controls on YouTube, the internet. I mean, I don't have children, so I don't know these things. But why not on a game?
Well, what would you be doing to your animals if you needed it to be X-rated?
All right now. But the Giants are pretty happy with their, is it E rating for the game? So it just means that any person, whether you're...
Yeah, the content of the game is suitable for any age, because there's nothing in it that needs to be...
censored. Like animals dying and animals doing naughty things and animals giving birth and you having to help pull the cows out. Like, that'd be amazing.
It would be funny if you could see cows mounting other cows in the field, so that'd be proper funny. Velcro gloves. Mr. Haythorne, Velcro gloves.
This is brilliant.
Brilliant. It'd be a mod, but I can't find my Velcro gloves. They're in miscellaneous, mate. There you go.
Oh, sorry, I'm so distracted. I've gone in a different line. You're gonna have to wait for me.
It's all right. I can wait for you.
Bush Camp Kid, hi. Nice to have you here. Thank you for being here. Hope you're very well.
Sorry, Mark, missed your last comment there. Yeah, the game does run well on 4X maps and 16X maps. You needed a 3070 Ti to run Spring Creek multiplayer, which was a 36X. Yeah,
36X?
I know. Yeah. It's a big Spring Creek's awesome, and Spring Creek does run okay, and I appreciate it's quite map specific, and I suppose that's where my gripe with the whole performance of things is very map specific as well, because some maps run great, some maps don't, and I think it's just how the map is built and how many trees are on there and stuff. But I think just from my perspective, I've always found it's quite a variable on different maps. Just like even on Court Farms. Court Farms is in my opinion, one of the best optimised maps that I've seen on Farm Sim, considering what's on it, and you can almost run 60 frames a second all the way around the map, but there's still times when you'll turn around and look at a pile of bales and the frames a second will just go. And from a content creator's perspective, from someone who's trying to make videos and who's constantly watching the quality of the video, it can be quite frustrating when you're trying to make a very pretty video and all of a sudden the frames drop and so the gameplay drops and everything, and it's just a bit frustrating from my side. So yeah.
So you should just do what I do. record it, don't look, slab it together, and hope for the best.
I know. I spend far too. I re-record stuff. If I'm doing something on one of my videos, and something will happen. It doesn't happen often, thankfully. It's not something that happens regularly. But if I'm doing something and I'll be recording something, and then the picture will go dead jerky because I'm turning around and something's causing the frames to drop. It makes me stop in my tracks, and it makes me go, damn it! So I stop and I have to re-record and look at it from a different angle just so it doesn't.
Really?
Drop frames.
I just say,
right.
Oh, isn't that annoying? It's a bit jerky.
I know.
Yeah, just work through it.
Yes, you're absolutely right, Mark. It's not just about the map, but also the shed and vehicle mods. Yeah, I fully appreciate it. It isn't just a map thing. It's entirely down to what you've got on the map, how many tractors you've got, the quality of the particular mods you're using. I fully appreciate that. It's a very difficult, from the sense of a game performance quality thing. It's an extremely difficult thing to happen because there's so many variables, and I get that.
Yeah, there are a lot of variables.
So I suppose, to answer the question from ages ago, what would I like to see in FS25? Like I said, I'm easily pleased. I love this game. And I'm quite happy for it to be just what it is, but maybe, like I said, maybe, a few tweaks here and there visually if it could be done. I love it. I'm happy. It's awesome.
Well, I think they did quite a lot from 19 to 22, so I think there's quite a lot of pressure on them when it comes to 25. And the more simulator games are becoming more and more popular, that more and more people are playing them, and there's more and more developers working in that space and developing really good stuff.
Yep.
It's putting pressure on developers which have been around for much longer and have an engine which just isn't designed for what's available today.
Yeah.
So it is. I don't envy the guys at Giants trying to figure out what should we prioritize. That must be really hard.
No, absolutely. Yeah. No, absolutely. I see your point, and also hearing from people like us, what would you like to see? Well, I want to see this, and this, and they're sat there going,
Yeah, what would you like to see? You tell us. What would you like to see?
Yes.
Because the other big thing is, if there's not going to be that many more changes, and if it's only going to be maybe new licenses with, let's say, Ford, then what is the benefit of moving over to a brand new game, spending 40, 50, 60 quid? We don't know how much it would be yet. And the commitment of a season pass. It kind of has to bring something to the table, because this game is already very good. Like, very good. We're in, year 3, and we're all still playing it. We're all still sitting here. There are still content creators out there. There are brand new content creators coming onto the scene. So it's going to have to do something to bring... Otherwise, we may as well just keep playing this one.
Sorry, Merchant has just made me giggle. I don't know whether you were intentionally meant to be funny with that one, Merchant, but he said I'd like nuts to be harvested by hand. Sorry, I couldn't help but read that in
nuts
the
by
only way that
hand?
my brain I'd like to harvest my nuts by hand. TVD Bun, mate, that's very kind. Thank you so much. I've got another $11.99 super chat from TVD Bun there saying your efforts and dedication is visible in your high quality videos and very much appreciated, good sir. Thank you so much for your support, TVD Bun. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much.
One thing Farmer Sim does, he absolutely spends hours agonizing over one episode, and I think it's really important to recognize that level of quality.
How stupid he is.
I'm fully aware that mine aren't to the same level as yours. I don't have the patience for that level of post-production. I just don't. And I admire you. doing it.
Thank you, mate. That's very kind. Well, I enjoy doing it. Don't get me wrong. It's not like it's a hardship or anything. I love doing it because for me, it's been a learning curve. Making videos and learning about editing and doing it all myself and all that kind of stuff. I genuinely love doing it, but because I'm a bit of a stickler for detail and because I can't stand things that don't look or behave themselves correctly, it can take me quite a long time to do it. So it's yeah. Anyway, harvested done, mate.
Woohoo!
We're right there. Is that you empty?
That's me empty.
We're 95% completed on the contract, and we've got 18,014 litres of oats in the trailer here.
Tasty.
So I think we're going to make a couple of quid back from this, I believe, mate.
Where did you leave the header trailer, buddy?
It's outside the. That's a good point. Right, let me come and help you here. I'm just going to disconnect the trailer in the middle of the road, and I shall. It takes a few seconds for this trailer to just. There we go.
While you're doing that, Mark says there has to be a graphics quality boost. Yeah.
Thank you. Yes. Yes. That's
absolutely.
Kind of what I meant. A graphics quality boost. Yes.
Stephen says more horses with horses like I'm sorry, ploughing your field and the things like that. What, horses that plough your field? What, like real old school?
Oh, that'd be cool. That would be way cool.
That's a bit like in that other game I'm playing on my other channel, Farmer's Life. That's based in 1958. And you attach ploughs to the back of horses.
Oh, that would be awesome. Sorry, did anyone just see my reversing then? Sorry, I'm not blowing.
That was beautiful.
God damn.
That was beautiful.
The last thing you needed was me throwing curveball reshade in there. Do you know what? No. I very much appreciated that because even now, it's on. It's not on, but it's on all the time. I run reshade now, and I'm very grateful to you for introducing me to that. I'd heard of reshade a lot. I've heard of people using it. Right, I'm leaving the header trailer there, but I'll come back and get that. Feel free to drive home, mate. But I hadn't really done anything about it until I saw the thing that Mark had sent me a link to. It was a cinematic pack thing that enabled you to blur the background and make it look really cool. And I was like, oh, I'm having it there. I'm having it. And I spent a whole couple of days learning how to trying to figure out how to use a few particulars about this program called Reshape, which is it's mega. Love it. So no, thank you, Mark. Appreciate it. You gave me the spur, the motivation I needed to go right on. Sunshine. Figure it out.
So Stephen says yes, horses ploughing. Yeah, that would be really cool. I bet that would be a mod if you did want something like that. That Farmer's Life does that. But it is a little bit more, let's say, different.
Yeah. Oh, I suppose there's an answer to the question. What would I like to see in FS25? I've never really, apart from with you on Purbeck, I've never really done anything with horses. I know that if you buy a load and look after them, they could be quite a good profit in a very long time. But anyway, yeah, Shire horses. That's what I'd want to see in FS25. You know, them really massive horses.
That would be cool.
Size horses. That'd be way cool. Yeah. There you go.
More animals in base game as well. I mean, goats in base game would be really cool.
Yeah.
Mother.
Do we get to upgrade to a steam tractor after the donkey and the horses then? That's pretty, yeah. Oh, way up, 2,656 quid. It's 150 quid environmental score.
Yummy.
So 2,800 quid, give or take a bit there, mate.
Would be interesting to see what Farm Sim would do as a story mode. I think with all of the content creators coming up with all of their ideas, their survival challenges, their role plays, they could probably come up with some really, really decent story modes.
Yeah.
But whether that would be something they would want to do, it's always been open game. You go in, you do your thing.
Yes, indeed. Farm Bros, good evening, mate. Hello. Cheers for joining us, mate. Hope you're okay. Yeah, that's yeah. Story mode is an interesting one.
I love a story mode on a simulator game.
Yeah.
I actually think a story mode would help new gamers. One of my biggest pet peeves when I came onto this game, I was so close to... Whoa! Sorry, everybody. Nearly crashed.
What have you done?
Just me and a gate made friends.
Ah.
I nearly stopped playing, and if it wasn't for YouTube coming on here and saying, how do I do this? How do I do that? What does this do? Like, the learning curve is so steep, and a story mode would definitely negate that, like, knowledge gap.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't know a cultivator from a plough or a
mulcher. Do you know what? I was the same when I first found Farming Simulator 19. I didn't have a Scooby-Doo.
So imagine how many people they could get. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, interesting.
But I'm on the other end of this now. I think I've mentioned this a couple of times, but I've got a couple of my friends heavily into this game. Since I told them, oh yeah, I've been playing this Farming Simulator game for a good few years now, and I'm making videos on YouTube. They're like, what? And then one of them, it was free on the PlayStation Store a few months ago, so he downloaded it for free with his PlayStation Network Plus thing, whatever it is, and now he cannot put it down, and he's constantly getting in touch with. He's constantly messaging me and ringing me, going, right, I've done this. How do I do this? What do I do? What's this? What's that? And then he'll send me a picture because he's just bought he's loving buying big trucks and then buying 3 or 4 tractors putting them on the back of the low loader and driving them to his farm, and then driving too fast and tipping it over. And he's like, how do I write this? And I'm like, don't drive so fast, you muppet. It's not Gran Turismo, because he's a we're all into our race cars and stuff, so I'm like, I said it's not Gran Turismo, it's not iRacing. You're in a 40-ton convoy here, mate. You don't want to be driving at full pelt around the corner. Drive sensibly, you idiot.
I'm just refueling, by the way.
No problem, mate. Well, I've just got back to the farm with the trailer. I'm going to go back and pick up the header trailer, and then I suppose then you've got free reign of what job you want to do, mate. We've got a few fields that need to be cultivated, haven't we? We've got a couple of fields that need to have their levels topped up, and we've got the big grass field that needs the leveler running in it. So.
Got some really interesting comments here. Kermit says, have either of you seen the Through the Years mod? I haven't.
Yes, I know of it. I don't fully understand how it works, but I appreciate that it's something to do with the year of manufacture of the machines that you use, essentially, isn't it?
I don't know. I've never seen that.
It's a bit like. Did you ever see Farm Sim Guys FSG's series on Edgewater, where it was? Now I've put myself on the spot. My brain's just gone. No, and I can't remember the title. Generations. That's what it was called.
Generations. Yeah.
Yeah. And he was kind of,
that was brilliant.
Pretending it was like 1940 or 1950 or 60 or whatever, and he'd try his best to have machinery from that particular era. Well, I think the Through the Years mod is essentially it's a mod that kind of does that.
That's cool.
Yeah, I think.
This is some quite interesting ones here. I think they've got the AS Farming TV says, I think they've got the crop side spot on. They need to focus more on livestock now. Yep. Have a farm that's way back in time. Oh yeah, Chris says that. Chris Restall, salespeople come into your farm to sell you fertilizer, seeds and buildings, etc. Yeah, that kind of, that quality of life, they call it quality of life, don't they? And maybe a little bit more NPC interaction. A lot of games
I like that
now.
idea, though.
Yeah,
that's a really cool idea.
It's a really cool idea.
Someone just turning up during between the hours of 9 and 5, randomly turning up at your farm in a car or a van.
Phone call or a text message to say, "Can I come over? I've got this new equipment." Like the NPC side is non-existent, apart from in a couple of mods where you go in and you can say hello.
Yeah, apart from the faces of the characters on the field ownership menu when you're doing jobs.
Yeah, and that's not an NPC, really, is it? It's just a picture.
No. It's an NFC, a non-functioning character.
The only way it's brought to life is through people like Scruff doing roleplays. Like well,
that's it.
He's brought those faces to life.
He really has. He really has, and what a job he's done. Honestly.
Yeah. You've probably got a lot of comments. Do you want to go first?
Yep, maybe just navigating the way across the river there. Ken Adlam, good morning from New Zealand. I finally caught one of your live streams. It's 9 AM there. Good to see you. Good to see you, Ken. Cheers for joining us, mate.
I can't believe someone from New Zealand is watching us right now. You just blew my mind.
It's brilliant, isn't it? The fact that this thing we do it does reach worldwide, doesn't it? It's wonderful. It does. Welcome, mate. Tank Furter, that's how I got into it. I had a friend recommend the game, and now I have more hours than just about anyone in this game. Go on, Tank. How many hours have you got in the game, mate? There is the great demand for selling. There should be one for buying. Absolutely, Mark. Completely agree. Completely agree.
Yes. That is so true. For example, you go buy fertilizer. Fertilizer is the same price all year round. No, it's not. Seeds aren't the same price all year round. Straw isn't the same price all year round. But yet, when we're selling it, the price is different. So why buying it? Because surely you would, if you had the money, you would then bulk buy your seeds, your fert at the cheaper times of the year. Do you know what? I had not thought about that. You're 100% right.
Tank, 9,300 hours.
What the frick?
Mate, that's a good... Do you know what? I saw on my Steam thing earlier on that I think I'm at 3,500 and something hours.
Oh my gosh.
And I thought that was a lot. 9,300. Do you know what, mate? If I had a trophy, I would hand it your way. Yes, Jesus, Tank Furter, says Mark. Absolutely, mate. And other expletives.
You absolute legend.
Well, yeah.
That is can I ask?
Dedication.
Is that just an FS22?
It very well could be. Mark's at 4,481. So,
wow,
I mean,
Mark.
I know how much you play the game, Mark. You obviously you're involved in a lot of the organising of stuff that Farm Sim Guy does on his on the big multiplayer things, and the amount of time that you must put into testing mods and stuff. To be fair, 4,400 doesn't seem a lot for what I'd think you'd do. Where am I going? Talking and driving and thinking at the same time for me is absolutely lethal. Watch out, mate.
Oh, sorry, buddy.
No, it's alright. I just don't want to run you over.
Oh, stop there.
Oh.
I just
you're washing L header, absolutely. Well, while you're doing that, I'm going to turn in the contract that we've just
yes. So, I've got some more here. Kermit, this game is pretty intimidating to start playing. I agree about the story mode would help people get into it a lot more. Mark says, I started playing FS22 in January 22. Got bored after 4 months of playing. Don't know if my practice...
Oh, thanks, mate. You're washing my tractor
as
well.
That's as close as I can get.
Yes, that's just FS22, says Tank. 9,300 hours.
Oh my goodness.
That's
You're an absolute legend.
Thanks, mate.
Pleasure. Mark says he got bored after 4 months of playing, was 1 to 2 months before I knew about mods and Mod Hub. Multiplayer completely changed that. Love multiplayer, has kept the game fresh. I agree. Multiplayer makes every game better. Hands down. I love playing with my sister. This game is 100 times better when I play with Farm Sim. 1,000 times better.
Well, can't go too far now, mate.
Chris Restor's been a daily player since FS15. Hats off to you, my friend.
Nice.
And Stephen Armour's got 5,143 hours on FS22. Legend.
That's a good few hours.
Kermit says, being able to test drive equipment without having to lease it would be cool. I've wasted a lot of money on tractors. I like that idea.
I've wasted a lot of money on tractors. I think we've all done that, mate. Absolutely.
Where's our cultivator?
Our cultivator is in front of the workshop, near where the milk tanker is. So you want to reverse into where the milk tanker is.
Fab.
Does that make sense?
It does.
I'm going to jump in our little Ford, and I'm going to run the weeder I'm going to go and promote the second growth of grass.
Beautiful.
That's all right. Are you doing the cultivating? Are you? I assume.
I am.
Why not?
That's the plough.
What's the?
Where's the milk tanker around?
Yeah, carry on going around there.
Yeah, I can see it now.
Follow me. There you go. You got it. Lovely.
Why have we got a cultivator that's that small?
That's the one we've had all the time, I think, isn't it? It's the base game one, or it's a base game one.
Do you know what? I don't think I've cultivated on this map. I think you've always done it.
I think I have, haven't I?
Yeah.
Well, it's about time then, isn't it?
It's about time I put some hard graft in.
Yeah. About time you do some bloody work.
All right. I don't speak Northern.
Yeah. Majestic Bear, 2,052 hours on PS5 and 226 on PC.
Ooh.
Still a good innings, mate. Tank Ferter said, I lied, I just checked, I'm only at 9,230.
Oh, that's not much of a lie.
You're only at 9,230. Yeah.
How many hours are there in a year? And do you play that entire time, or do you leave course play running? I need details.
Yeah.
And I think Giants needs to give you an award.
Yeah. Or make you you may as well earn from doing that, aren't you? I mean, if you put that many hours in, you may as well become a mod tester or something, or just play the game and report back on how good or bad it is. Right. So if I'm right in saying, I just need to remind myself that. Where are we? Excuse me. Where am I? There. Yes, that's right. This does promote the second growth. That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, man. That contract took way longer than it should have.
We were almost about right. I was hoping it was going to take us about an hour, which would be half of the stream, and we're at an hour 15 now.
Oh, actually, yeah.
TVD, Mr. Farmer Sim, do you have no agricultural experience before starting playing Farming Simulator? No, I don't, mate, no. I certainly can't count landscape gardening as agricultural experience. My dad was brought up on an animal farm when he was younger down in Stoke-on-Trent many years ago. But no, I have absolutely no agricultural experience at all. My only agricultural experience was riding in a New Holland tractor when we were emptying a skip when I was a landscape gardener. That was pretty much it. No, I've always had a very strong interest in it, and when I found Farming Simulator 19, being a gamer, I was just getting pretty sick of all the usual games that I had been playing. I'd done years of Gran Turismo, and I'd done a few years of other space-based games, and I'd done a bit of Call of Duty and stuff like that, which I couldn't really stand at all. And I was longing for a relaxing, chilled out game, and I knew I wanted it to have something to do with farming and tractors and stuff. And I found Farm Sim 19, and here I am now. That's the only game I haven't played another computer game for years since finding Farm Sim.
Well, I have to say, I'm playing a lot of other games. And I do that, I think, for my own sanity.
Yeah. Yeah, because Farm Sim drives you crazy.
I love it. But the moment I got a PC, it opened my world up to so many new games that I've never been able to play before. So
Yeah.
I'm kind of enjoying that exploration, and there's so much going on in the simulator world.
Yes.
I'm just loving it. But no farming game comes close to this one. Well, I just
No.
had some massive lag there.
Did you? Lag.
Lag.
Diane, good evening, mate. How you doing?
Oh, Diane.
Good to see you. Thank you very much. Hope you're well.
I'm just going to give the game a minute. Stop lagging.
You're going to give the game a minute?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had a couple of spikes there.
That must be our server then, if you had it.
It very well could be. Yes, that's a good point. I don't actually know where our server's based, actually, out of interest. I should try and find out. I'm sure it's written somewhere in blaringly obvious text that I've just not noticed.
I selected one in Europe because that's where we are.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I should check it out. TVD says, I spent my youth being a farmhand and started driving tractors about 9 years old.
Ow.
Nice. Nice. Majestic Bear says, I play ATS and ETS2 sometimes.
Me too.
But Farm Sim is my go-to. I love this game. Yeah, you've done some truck simulator, haven't you, mate?
Yeah, love it. Absolutely love it.
Are you on
ETS and
Euro
ATS?
Or American? Are you doing both?
Yeah.
Nice.
Nothing compares to Farm Sim. That's for sure.
I just think of Sinead every time anyone says the two words. Yes. And you told me not to sing.
I can't sing for sugar. And you know I wasn't supposed to say sugar.
Yes.
PG-13.
Yeah. Nothing compares to Farm Sim.
Oh, now I've got that song in my head. She died last year, didn't she, Sinead O'Connor?
Was it last year?
Mm.
It feels like forever ago. But yes, she did, unfortunately. She did pass away.
Absolute
It wasn't
legend.
last year, was it?
Yeah, I think it was last year.
Was it? Wow.
Yeah. Same as like Paul O'Grady. I loved Paul O'Grady. He died last year.
Again, I can't fathom that it was last year. It feels like about 10 years ago, that.
Yeah. It's about this time, actually. It was around Easter.
Too much chocolate.
Yeah, I was talking about him the other day, actually. So I went to go and see him record one of his shows live many years ago. And he's just the most lovely man ever.
Yeah. My first experience of Paul O'Grady was, I think, being very young when I learnt that he was Lily Savage, and I was like, "What?" Yeah. When I was too young to understand what was going on, you know, and it was like, "Oh,
what was going on under the dress?
What's going on there?" Yeah, I was too young and naive, I suppose. Tankverter's playing ATS right now, achievement hunting.
Nice.
I love achievement hunting. You can't do it in Farm Sim.
Goes back to the story mode thing.
I love achievement hunting. I was a trophy whore on my PlayStation. I used to love platinum in games. I spent a long time doing that. I platinumed some very difficult to platinum games. But you can't do that with Farm Sim because you can't learn. I haven't been able to find so far, although I haven't looked for a while, a list of what the achievements are and what you have to do to get them. Because if I could learn what you had to do to get them, I would go out of my way to get them. If that makes any sense.
I know, like, you can get achievements through Steam and things like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, if there was a story mode, but then ETS and ATS doesn't have a story mode. That doesn't have a story mode. It just is. Oh, I've just thought of something else that I would love to see.
Go on.
And you heard it here.
You heard it here first.
Actually employing farmhands, real people that can live on your farm that work, and you set them tasks just like any other simulator game. You set their wages, you give them breaks, and
Oh
they go to work
yeah,
in certain fields. That would be an absolute bloomin' game changer. And
that'd be pretty cool.
it's something that
Yeah.
most simulator games are nailing at the moment.
I like the sound of that. That's actually a really good idea. So instead of having like a farm worker that's just a no-name face, or not
Well,
faceless,
you press C on your
you press C and you get one of 10 or 15 characters that appear in your tractor.
yeah, and then
But
you get
if
an
you had,
extortionate bill for them doing it.
yeah. But no, having one character, maybe like you say, like a youngster, a youth, the same one
That
with
lives
the
and
same
works with you.
name, and that kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
That's not a bad idea. That lives in the manky old caravan that's at the bottom of your cornfield.
Yeah, it's like gas station simulator. You buy your trailers, you hire the staff, and you give them 2 responsibilities, and that's their job to make sure like the place is clean and and let's say the cash till, the cash register, it's always been looked after. So you could have somebody feeding the animals and filling up all the water in the greenhouses, for example.
Yeah. I do like the sound of that. That's a pretty cool thing. But then I suppose at the same time we are, in our own little way, we are kind of like piling on the requests to Giants, aren't we?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. TVD Bunt saying, is Mrs. Sim Gamer angling for a romantic rendezvous in a haystack with a farmhand?
Yes.
That didn't take long to answer.
Yes.
I don't. Yes. I don't think Giants will go for that.
No.
That says
Story mode. When Harry met Sally.
in a haystack.
Farm.
Yeah.
No, that's not really that important. I don't think anything like that is farm sim. It's not Giants. It's more being able to hire people, like send them on courses so they do things better. And
that's a good get their class 1 license so they can drive a truck for you, and they can learn how to use a different tractor.
Yep.
If there is such a thing. Yeah, I know. I like the sound of that. Get their hazardous chemicals license so that they can handle specific liquids and stuff if you had to.
Stuff like that would just be insane, and a lot of simulator games are doing it. Just saying.
Yeah, but then I suppose Farm Sim is very unique in its own way, though, isn't it? Game-wise.
Oh gosh, I don't know how their engine does it. I really don't. Like the ability to have crops running in different fields with different stages, different states, it blows my mind. And the fact that you can make your own fields, again, things like that are so unique. So
Indeed,
unique.
they are.
So that's what makes it the best.
Mark's asking if I've passed all those courses. No, I'm winging it, mate. Winging it. Evening, Cher. How you doing, love? You okay? Good to see you.
Good evening, Cher. Lovely to have you here.
Cher is just saying good evening to us both. Oh, that's a good idea. Majestic Bears just said there are 3 games, in my opinion, that should be melted together to make one. FS22, SnowRunner, and ATS/ETS2. Imagine growing crops and delivering them across the country. That would be awesome.
That'd be fun.
That'd be way cool to be. Yeah, to.
That would be fun.
It would. It really would.
It'd be difficult, but it would be fun.
Well, I mean, it'd be difficult in the sense of the size of the map that you're playing on, because you'd be driving quite far. But the idea is a good one. I do like the idea of that. I mean, essentially, that is kind of what you do in Farm Sim, isn't it? You grow your crops, but you sell them down the road. So instead of selling them down the road, you'd be selling them to another county. If you're in the UK, you'd be considered another county, or if another
it's
state.
America cross state.
Yeah, But then you could be like running full Smokey and the Bandit, then couldn't you?
Yeah.
Eastbound and down. That'd be amazing.
So Mark says that sort of does exist in Auto Drive and Courseplay. It does, as far as
does?
I'm assuming he's talking about people working, but they're not actual NPCs that you can interact with.
Yeah. It would be cool. Could we then base the mix of the three on a more modern game engine that isn't single core and actually have some performance? Well, yeah, that's the uniqueness. TVD Bunt about the melding of the three games together.
Yeah.
I think that is one thing that is very specific and very unique to the Farm Sim game engine, though. It is. A lot of people have said, "Oh, you know, Farm Sim would be great if it was running on the Unreal Engine," and the reality is, it wouldn't, because of what Farm Sim needs from a game engine, because of the fact that it, you know, the multiplayer thing and all the different crops and the different stages of growth and this, that, and the other.
It's too advanced for it. It's too advanced for the Unreal Engine.
Don't get me wrong. I don't know a huge amount about the Unreal Engine, but I'm regurgitating what I've heard other people say, other people who know far more than I do. But
I play a lot of games which are run on Unreal Engine, and they're visually beautiful, good performance, a lot of flexibility. Like, there's a lot of really good things about it, but it's like this game it's too far developed to move over to something like that. That would be my guess.
Yeah, Diane's saying new dog breeds and new horse breeds. We touched on that before, actually, Diane. We were asked what we'd like to see, and Mrs. SG's first response was a whole host of a reworking of the animal system, essentially. And I piped up before and said Shire horses. I'd love to see a Shire horses in the game, having a massive, super humongous horse. That'd be cool.
If you think about it, a lot that I apologize, everybody. I don't remember who said it. They've got the crops nailed, and the field management absolutely nailed. And animals are a huge part of modern agriculture, modern or years. It's animals. And if we look at the chickens, we've had the same chickens on here, goodness knows how many years in, and, you know, they're all still exactly the same. There's no... I don't know.
Cher says we need a cat in the game. Yes, we can put my cat in the game, so this sodding thing doesn't wake me up at 4:30 in the morning. We'll put my cat in the game, and he can stay in the game.
Cats are bad for that. They've just put cats in Ranch Sim.
Oh, okay. Have they?
Yeah. See, I love elements of Ranch Sim. Animals. It's just a little bit more hands-on. I feel desperately responsible for the animals. Going in and having to milk them, and pick up their eggs and check if the eggs are fertilized to make sure that I just feel very responsible for the animals. And I know there is the enhanced animal mods available. And there's Maze Plus available and things like that, but I still don't spend. We're here on the fields. We barely even spent any time looking at our animals.
No, you're right.
The other games, I'm always on. The first thing I do in the morning is I let the animals out.
Yeah.
I check their health. I brush them. I make sure they've got the food.
I'm kind of with you there. I think it would be a really immersive thing on Farm Sim. Just thinking specifically about the cows.
Yeah.
If like a real life farmer would do. Or would have done, whether it's but you know, waking up at 4 or 5 in the morning and going out and milking your cows. That's something that, from an immersion side of things, that'd be pretty cool.
Well, it's real. It's real.
It's real. That's how it's done, isn't it? I know that
milk twice a day, and
of
course there's new technologies. You don't have to do it with a bucket anymore. But yeah, like Chris says, your dog riding with you in a tractor. Yeah, it's that ranch sim, although the game is nothing in comparison to this one. But the dog comes in the car with you.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Stick the dog in the cab. Yeah.
Yeah, just jumps up, sits next to you. Love that.
Diane says horses to pull wagons and horses to herd cows. We literally touched on that before, Diane. Yeah, we're talking about horses pulling, like going full old school and having the horses pulling the old plough in the field. Yeah. That'd be so cool if we could have that as a mod in Farm Sim.
Absolutely. You can imagine the vintage role plays that creators could do with that. I mean, it would take hours, but it would be amazing.
Oh, yeah. But then you wouldn't have really big fields, would you, if you were doing that? Like for example, the starter field on No Man's Land, for example. You know, that one you get at the very beginning if you start on new farmer mode, and you've got that small patch of kind of knackered land.
That would be it.
That'd be a perfect sized plot of land to run a horse and
plough and even just using like a flail to bash the crops, like hand tools. That's what I'm in farmer's life at the moment. That's what I'm doing. I'm using, is it scythe? I can never pronounce it. To cut the crops, and then use a flail to bash the crops. And it's just really going old school. It's quite fun.
That would be pretty cool.
As an option.
Indeed.
WeMan10, hey. Nice to have you here. Thank you for being here. Mark. Go on.
Sorry. DVD's just said, so Logitech will have to come out with reins and a whip for the horses. Yeah. That'd be cool.
Yes, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
I mean, who needs these high-class tractors? Actually, it's just be fun, like to see what could do with that. I mean, I suppose
like the idea of that.
I suppose the game's about forward thinking and farming for the future and things like that, but
yeah.
Enhancement on the precision farming mod would be awesome. See, I know a lot of work went into that, so it'd be quite cool to see if they've got anything else up their sleeve as far as soil types, as far as, you know, environmental scores, how they develop that.
Yeah.
Mark says, start of my game is check stock checks. What do I need to sell? Now, later. Check on animals. Get on with work.
Yep. A new use of the Wii remote. That's literally what went through my mind then, Mark, when we were talking about the Logitech's new horse whip thing. Yes, the Wii remote thing is exactly what came to mind then. Yeah.
Imagine it, couldn't you?
Why do I have a feeling I might be a bad influence on Mrs. Sim Gamer? Let's talk about tractors. It might be safer. That's TVD's just said that.
Now, I wouldn't. I would love to see it in a vintage, but you couldn't do it for long. You'd be like, oh god, this is taking forever. There's no progress. But I could imagine having a little farm with a couple of farm hands, and yeah, that would just be awesome. You could promote people on the farm.
Yeah.
Build them houses, like a different more interaction with the building. Maybe that would be cool. Rather than just putting the building down, you have to go buy the materials. There's a lot of games doing that now.
Yeah, but then I suppose that is taking Giant's focus away from adding more detail about farming, isn't it? And then adding more detail about something about construction. So there'd be those of us who might appreciate that, but then there's probably going to be a lot of people who'd be like, why are we building?
Why are we doing this?
Yeah.
I want quick, put it down and go.
Yeah. It's. I think they're very much in a they can't win scenario, aren't they?
Yeah, because they have such a good game already.
That's it.
I mean, we're all sitting here on a Sunday night playing it and talking about it.
We certainly are. driving around in circles, promoting my second growth of grass. Our second growth of grass. Good evening, John. John Shanley, good evening, mate. Hope you're well.
Good evening.
Cheers for joining us, mate. Hope you're good. Hope you're well. How are you getting on in the with your cultivator, mate?
Cultivator. Sorry, I was just reading another comment, which is quite interesting. Very good. I've nearly finished Field 5.
Well, and what was your interesting comment?
Chris saying making deals with sell points to sell a certain amount of crops every year, not just sell for the highest prices. Yeah, that's like an expansion on the contracts mod. So we have if I go onto my
the supply and transport mod.
Yeah.
Yeah, where you supply 30,000 litres of soybeans and you'll get paid X amount of money for it.
Yeah, which is absolutely super, but it doesn't give you much time for planning. So, for example, this one here is remaining 9 real hours, but I don't have 9 real hours to get 16,000 litres of oats ready. So, this would just be...
Oh,
this would be amazing.
Joking, aren't you?
That
we might have had 16,000 litres of oats because we've just harvested a field of oats.
It's true.
You see,
that's
forward thing. We might not have been able to complete it. Hang on a minute.
Like, for example, this one, preserved food beetroot. I mean, most people probably won't even want to do that, but that's only 34,000 litres and 32,000. But you've only got 7 hours to do it.
How much would we have got for that oat transport? 10,307 quid. We've just done the oat harvest, and we've got 11,000 litres of oats in our silo. So technically, we probably could have scraped together 16,000 litres of oats between. But whether it was worth 10,000 quid or not, I don't know.
That's true. Because, what would that be in relative?
At top sell time, £715 for 1,000 litres. So top sell time, obviously I'm going to have to reach for the calculator here. 16,000 litres at 715 quid a litre. So that's 11,400 quid we'd have got. So it's probably not worth it. Not worth doing it. No. There you go. Problem solved.
Yeah, I think that would be quite cool if there was some supply and you could actually agree a year in advance. Again, there's another game I play which does that, so you can accept a contract and you have to deliver by March, but you accept it months in advance, so you know what you've got to deliver.
Yeah, so you've got a decent amount of planning ahead of you.
Yeah.
Open up the roller coaster tech to modders to build your own house. Yes, Mark. That roller coaster thing would be pretty cool.
100% agree with that. That goes back. They've got the tech there for the construction side, so you have to put in the materials to build it. It's there. They've got it. They've got it. They've already done the hard work. Could you imagine? Like, the role plays that you could do. Just, I'm building my own house, building my own shed. Right, I need to cut down a load of wood to do that.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what the Platinum expansion... Platinum? Premium? Platinum. Was.
Platinum. Yeah. The Silver Run Forest one.
Silver Run Forest. Mark, you're absolutely right.
Yeah. No, I was doing the price conversion based on top selling time, Mark. So if we'd have done the contract there, oat supply and transport contract, we'd have been paid 10,307 quid for supplying 16,000 litres of oat. But if we'd have waited till top selling time for that 16,000 litres of oats, we'd have got 11 and something grand. So we'd earn more money by keeping it till top selling time instead of doing the contract, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Only £1,000 or so. But Who couldn't do with another grand in their wallet right now? I know I could.
Yeah, for farmers, that's the difference between lights on, lights off.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. How far around this? It feels like I've been going forever, this, and I'm sure I'm not even halfway through it, but I'm just going round in circles at the minute. And it is only a 6-metre wide thing. But it's nice to get into this little Ford tractor, because it's only got 4.3 hours on it. We've hardly used this thing,
Hardly used it.
No. It's a lovely little thing, though.
Gorgeous. It's a big field, that one.
It is rather vast, isn't it?
I'm surprised we haven't been tempted to cut it up into a few different fields, but...
It's a good earner for silage, though, isn't it? When we're short on cash, you can bale it all up.
Yeah, Stephen says you can use the rock breaker again. That's true. Who else has used the rock breaker outside of that silver run? I haven't.
I see what you mean, Mark. Forgive me, mate. Yes, I understand what you mean. Yeah, you're probably right. It's probably better. It's getting 10,000 quid for the crop now, based on what the price is now, as opposed to I see what you mean, mate. Completely. I understand now.
I wonder who made that mod. The supply and transport. I don't recall who did that.
I can't think of the modder off the top of my head, mate, I'm afraid. No.
Bad of me, but
I really can't think who it was.
My friend.
I'm squaring off a bit of this field because this little bottom bit here is annoying me, so there we go. Making it slightly easy to work in. How are you getting on, mate?
Just finished field 5, just moving on to field 4 now.
Is that the last one?
Wasn't there 3 to do? I think,
yeah.
I think field 7 still needs doing. I haven't been on there yet.
Oh, okay.
But we do have a tiny cultivator. I mean, in real life, this is probably huge. But...
Yes, the Llama effect. GTX, thank you, Mark. GTX is the modder who made the supply and transport mod.
It's a good mod. It's just I would like time to work differently, like deliver in the month rather than in real life hours.
Yeah.
And then it would be the most beautiful mod ever.
That's not a bad call, to be fair, mate, because you don't get a lot of time to think about it, do you? It's you've either got the product
or you haven't.
The supply, or you haven't. Yeah.
Whereas if you can say, right, next August I need to deliver X. Right, let me think. How many acres have I got? How many fields do I need to plant to do that?
Yeah.
Got to make sure I work those fields so I get maximum yield. Make sure it's the right soil type. Do you know, that's the sort of logical thinking that I think would be amazing.
Yeah. That would be pretty cool. Certainly would.
It's funny, this whole stream has been about what we would like.
Yeah. Ooh. I knew there was something back in my mind. Haven't we got a load of silage bales? Because I was just thinking about how much money we've got at the minute.
We've got so much silage, so many silage bales. It's unreal.
Have they fermented yet?
Maybe. It's from. I can go look.
Oh, I'm already doing it now, mate.
Are you?
Yeah.
I'll be there with you then.
Oh, okay. Hello. No, 20% they're fermented. Damn it.
Can't even get out.
20, can't get out of what? You're stuck in your tractor.
No, it's only 20%.
Yeah. Oh.
There's a straw as well. What did we say we were keeping the straw for?
I
I don't remember.
I don't know. What do we need the straw for? 'Cause it's not, the cows don't need bedding.
No, not for now. But we were. Oh, that was it. So we talked about changing the
cow situation.
Changing them over to a proper barn.
Yes.
So that we can get manure and slurry.
Yeah, that's what the building up of the straw was for.
Yeah.
Well remembered. At least one of our brains is working, mate, and it certainly isn't mine.
Switched on. It took me about 6 hours to figure that out. Mark says, great idea, but most don't think that far ahead. I think people with all these thousands of hours, surely there's some logic into it. You must think, right, what am I gonna do this year?
This year,
like in this game year.
Every morning in real life, what am I doing today? No idea.
No idea. Waking up.
Yeah.
Brushing my teeth. That's the only guarantee in life. And you just hope that the day is going to be good.
Very rarely is. Yeah. We've also got a field of potatoes that are... Where are the potatoes up to, in fact?
I don't know when we said they would be ready.
I just realised I'm jumping into... I've just put the cruise control on my tractor and I've just jumped into the menus. And I managed to stay in a relatively straight line.
That's decent.
Pure fluke. Let's try that again, shall we, before I get to the bend ahead of me. So, get you in a straight line. Right, menu. Potatoes. Where is that? Oh, there it is. Dark. Yeah, they're dark green, so I think they are going to be potato September. Right. Okay. So in a month or two, we'll be getting the potato harvested stuff out. I'll get my big John Deere out with its with its twin tyres.
Yep. That comes out once a year.
Yes.
Just because you wanted it.
I know.
This was a let's play where we could just buy what we wanted, wasn't it? So.
To start, when we started the series, it was like, right, before we record the first episode, what
do we want? What's our wish list?
We essentially had a bottomless pit, and I think because at the time I'd been spending most of my time up the road at Home Farm on my other Court Farm series, so I was longing for a big tractor. And I was like, right, I'm having a John Deere with twin wheels, even doesn't matter whether it's right or anything like that. I want twin wheels. And the first time we rolled it out, I was like, I need to get rid of the twin wheels because I can't get it through the gate, or can't get it through the door.
Can't get it over the stream.
Yeah, it was like, oh, damn it. So I'd managed to cover about 18 feet in my twin wheels, and then I had to get rid of them. But then I somehow I put them back onto, what was it? It was the bunker. No, I was, yeah.
Oh no, it was in the bunker.
Yeah, it was the compressing of the bunker.
It did actually come in handy, didn't it?
It did. Yes, so I could put my twin wheels back on, and I was as happy as a pig in the proverbial you-know-what. Yeah. Yes. It's important in the morning to feed the pets, says Diane. It absolutely is. Yes. Honestly, it's dinner time in our house in the morning and in the evening. It's just, I'm running around the kitchen trying to sort food out, and I've got the cat walking. Until you feed him, is the most annoying thing in the world, because he doesn't appreciate that you're still in the middle of doing something. So I'll be moving around the kitchen, bearing in mind I'm 6'5" and he's like half a foot tall, and he just walks around my feet, and I'm constantly like booting him and standing on him, and I'm just, you know when you're in the kitchen like going full Gordon Ramsay,
I love that.
I was just about to say the F word then, but yeah, I was just like, get out of my way. And he's constantly just around my feet, just going, feed me.
That's just, yeah. I remember our cat was waking us up at silly o'clock, and we tried to ignore her. This was before, obviously, she's no longer with us. So she got in the habit of just scratching the wardrobe, bottom of the wardrobe, and just and it's a rhythm. I think she knew that I get really irritated by particular sounds.
Yeah.
We were looking after a friend's dog last night, and it's a King Charles Cavalier with severe nasal issues, so it's like...
Oh, no
it sounds
way.
like a
So you heard
pig.
that all night?
Well, thankfully we dropped him off the same night.
Right.
And
right.
my husband was watching... After my parents would come over, my husband was watching golf. I said, no, I can't deal with this anymore. I'm going upstairs, putting my headphones on and playing the game. I ain't staying in this. And that was about 11 o'clock at night. We dropped him off around the corner. Yeah, you can go sleep in your own house. I ain't dealing with that. Yeah, our cat had this really annoying ability, and it was the same rhythm over and over.
Yeah, they know how to get to you. They really do. Mine does the same. I have my keys in the door at night, and I've got one of those long lanyards on my keys.
Yeah.
And it'll be dangling in the lock, and he'll just sit there and he'll just be clacking at them all night, well, from whatever time he wakes up, whether it's like 4:30 in the morning. And he's, because I've got a lot of keys on my keys, the whole thing it's clacking against the front door and shaking all my keys in the front door.
Oh God.
And it's once it starts, and I can't not
switch
hear
off it. Yeah.
And he's like, just get up and drop kick him out the door.
Thankfully, my two dogs they're still young, 3 and 2, not even. Roxy's going to be 2 next week, and Luna's 3 in May, and they are so lazy. Oh, you take them out for a walk. They're the best time. They'll run for hours, but they will stay in bed with you all day if you were in bed.
Really?
They don't get me up. We feed them in the evening now. They don't eat in the morning. We've got them on an evening meal schedule.
Wow.
They just have their treats, their toothy bone and everything in the mornings. It's bliss. Okay.
Well, Maximus doesn't get that. He gets breakfast and tea, chicken, rice and green beans and all sorts of stuff during the day. And
he is a big dog, to be fair.
It's a big ass dog. Yeah.
Whereas ours are just 2 tiny little... Well, they're 10 kilograms each, but they've got Cavalier in them, so they're inherently a bit lazy. Which I love. Yeah. But I took them for a massive run today, and they were pelting. Like, just going mad and having a great time. But they've been asleep ever since 1 p.m.
You've tired them out now.
Yeah, and they'll sleep. They will sleep until... They'll just keep going. Until you say, right, do you want to go out for a walk? They're like, Do we have to? Yes, you need to do toilets.
It's warm in here.
Yeah, very funny. They are characters.
Yes, mate, Mark, he is better fed than me. Yeah, I have to cook for my dog. Can you believe that? I mean, that's just a testament to me being a complete soft arse in it, but yes, I have to cook for my dog.
Yeah, that is another level.
Ridiculous.
I only cook for our dogs when they've got running bums, and that's it. Like if it's a chicken and rice situation to settle their bums. But apart from that, it's a
health thing though. We've been doing it for Max, and he's never looked healthier. He's got a proper, like, permanently shiny coat.
I love
Everyone
that.
always comments on, oh, doesn't he look healthy? How much brushing does he take? He must be a nightmare to brush. And it's like, no, it's all, everything with a dog, health-wise, is down to the diet and the exercise. So the reason we give him the chicken, the rice, and the green beans is because that's apparently a it's a well-balanced diet for the things, the basic things that you need. I mean, he gets, even for snacks and stuff, he eats carrots. I buy him big bags of, like, massive carrots, and he goes through them, like, just goes full Bugs Bunny on them and loves them. That's
nothing funnier than listening to a dog chomp on a carrot.
Well, for Max, it's like a Cadbury's flake. You just, even it's like, I'm talking massive carrots, and he's just like bang, 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 done, gone. With the odd little like, orange shavings lying around the carpet now and again.
Oh, he's so cute.
Most of the time he is, yeah.
Yeah.
Every time I go to the bathroom, my cat is meowing to get fed, only when feed only time meowing. Diane there talking about her cat.
Yeah, they're naughty like that.
I do like my cat, but I also loathe him intensely as well because he's just a pain in my neck.
And Stephen, you have 15 cats, don't you? So I don't know how you do that. That's
15 cats. Yeah,
nope.
That's astonishing.
I think I've mentioned to you one of my writers that works for me with me in my business.
Yeah.
He has an unofficial cat sanctuary in Greece. Meaning
an unofficial cat sanctuary.
Yeah. Meaning they have a house, one stray cat turned up, they looked after it, another stray cat turned up, they looked after it, and now they've got I don't know how many cats.
And now they have a cat sanctuary.
And they're just beautiful, and they look after... It's over in Greece. They don't really look after their animals very well.
Oh, okay.
I think they're used a lot for keeping the pest population down, but...
Yeah.
So he takes them in, makes sure they're neutered, because that's a big part of population control.
He'd have
make sure they have all their medicines, make sure they're fed, then in the summer months, make sure they're shaven.
Yeah.
So that they don't get too hot, and... Yeah, he's so sweet. Sense. I like thinking he's just a wonderful man.
Sounds it, if he puts that much time and effort into just looking after the local animals, yeah.
Oh, he's just a wonderful human being. You know, I'm lucky. All three of my writers are just the most incredible human beings, and they just are amazing people. But they just do things. You think, oh, you're just a wonderful person. Like
they do things that you know that you would never do.
Yeah, well, just that most people would see as a huge effort, or he doesn't do it for money. It's not official. It's not an official sanctuary. It's not a charity. He does it all on his own back with his wife. He doesn't have any children, but that's what. And yeah, some of my other writers, they do. Well, they're all marine biologists by trade, so they're all into diving. So they all go and do like coral reefs, coral reef gardens, which I've helped build a coral reef garden in the Maldives before. The most remarkable thing. Yeah.
Wow.
You get coral reef gardens, so I snorkeled to go see them, and then we made one. They let us make one. So they go and find, these divers go down and they find coral which is still alive but detached from its hub, so it's just starting to lose its colour. Right. And then you put it to a cage, and almost, it sounds weird, like cable tie it together, put it back in the water, and then it can regrow into a beautiful coral reef of its own.
Wow.
Coral reef is a living, breathing organism.
Yeah, I knew that. I knew that. I just didn't realise they were zip tied together like an old Honda race car. Yeah,
it's part of it's part of a regeneration program, which Indian Ocean do it. Loads of different places around the world do it, from Hawaii round to Australia, you name it. I was just lucky that there was a marine biologist on the island at the time working on an island. Working on a garden, so we were able to meet with them, talk with them, and just these people are just so passionate and wonderful. Sometimes I sit there and think, wow, you know, we sit there and say how scary some human beings are, but we don't spend enough time saying these unsung heroes doing incredible work around the world.
Absolutely, yeah. That's the thing, isn't it? Most of the time, it's always the negative stuff that gets talked about. It's never the positive stuff, is it?
Yeah.
There's not enough of the positive stuff, quite frankly.
No. No. It can get a bit tiresome, can't it?
You're telling me, mate. You're telling me. It really can. Yeah.
Stephen said, it was 16. We lost one a few weeks ago. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh, is this the cats? I'm
yeah.
sorry, mate. Yeah.
The one
it was 60.
you sent me. 16, 16.
I still can't fathom that. it's crazy.
A lot of cats.
That's a busy house, if there ever was one. Goodness me.
Yeah, I don't think I could cope with that many animals, I'll be honest.
Yeah,
and I'm a huge animal lover.
Yes, I must admit I am as well. We've got we've been nurturing birds in our garden.
Oh, you're still on the bird thing? I love that.
Yeah, we're still on the bird thing.
Because your cat murdered a bird last year, didn't it? Savagely.
Yes. Cat Bundy. That's exactly what. Yeah, our cat. He murdered a family of robins, but I think the robins they're still local. They're still within the area of our garden, but they've decided they've figured out where to. We don't actually know where they're nesting. We think they're in one of the bigger trees. But we've been buying loads and loads of like particular robin food and bird food, and we've got loads of bird feeders hanging around the garden.
Yep.
So every day we go out into the garden and fat balls, which are literally, as they sound, balls of fat. We've got some of those in bird feeders, and it's just really nice to watch them all, especially first thing in the morning. Now it's spring.
So
the fact that they're feeding their young, it's amazing how quickly they go through it all. Oh my God, these bird feeders we've got. Let me take my hands off my control pad in a minute when I've got the time to. They're about that tall. I'm on the camera. About that tall. About the width of. They're much fatter than a normal drinking can. I'm holding one up to the camera here. They're probably about that fat, and we fill it full of birdseed, and by halfway through the day, it's almost completely gone.
Man.
And there's 2 or 3 of them around the garden. And we're like, what in the name of God? How they go through this stuff so quickly is amazing. But yeah, we've been really enjoying nurturing all these animals. It's amazing. TVD Bunt, honestly, mate. Another super chat from TVD Bunt, mate. You're so kind. Honestly, thank you so much, mate. From the bottom of my heart, seriously, mate. That's very kind. Really appreciate it. They should add a wear/breakage penalty to the game for not lifting implements. Yes, I know I'm a bugger for that. Sorry. That's really kind, mate. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Tommy32, hello.
Hello, mate. How you doing? Good to see you. Oh, Cher. Sorry to hear that, mate. Cher lost her cat Tilly in November last year. Yeah, it's
the worst.
It is, yeah. I remember reading that when we first got Maximus, and we were learning how to be decent dog owners, because over the years my family's always had dogs, but I've never been the one responsible for it. It's always been mum and dad. And I remember reading somewhere that someone said that it's wonderful having dogs, but the day you get your dog or dogs, you're setting yourself up for the worst day of your life. And that's always stuck with me. And it's a horrible thing, isn't it, to think about? But yeah, you get so attached to them.
Sheer heartbreak. I've always said when the day we had to put our cat down, it was a decision because she didn't cope well on the medication. Her kidneys were failing. We could have brought her home for the umpteenth time and put her on the medicine, which made her feel ill, or we could let her go. And she was just turning 18, 19. She was going to be 19.
That's a good age for any animal, isn't it? Yeah.
But the sheer level of guilt that I felt, we had Luna, and Luna was about 6 months at the time, and I remember walking in, my mum was looking after Luna. She was a puppy, and I remember walking in, and I just fell on the floor. I was crying my eyes out. Joe, just said goodbye to her. Yeah. I'm nearly crying now thinking about it. And Luna jumped up on me and started licking away my tears.
Really?
And it was one of the most precious moments. Like, that is the kind of connection that you can have with animals. And
Yes.
the great grief also showed me that great immense of love. And I rather love and lose than love and love at all. And I think
No,
that's,
absolutely.
and
Yeah.
it's the same with
Right.
human beings. If we always, even from the moment we're born, we're lucky to get up every morning, aren't we? Let's face it.
Indeed we are, mate. Indeed we are. Absolutely. Yeah. Ken's asking us here if you and Mrs. Sim Gamer ever thought of doing a role play series.
Ooh.
Don't think we have we, mate? We've as you mentioned before, we've got something in the pipeline that we're having a think about, but no, we haven't actually thought about doing a role play series.
I don't know. Is there any duo content creators that do a role play?
Well, can we count Scroft and Beanie? I know that their series isn't the series they do together isn't a role play series, but
True.
they do the farmhand together.
True.
Don't they?
Yeah, which when he moved to Court Farms, although she doesn't play it, she's a voiceover in that one.
Yes, yeah. Mate, I'm finished.
Are you?
We have how are you getting on with that?
Very close. Very close.
I'm going to come and watch and judge you from the sidelines.
Thanks, mate.
Missed a bit. Doing that wrong.
I'm actually...
Go that way. Don't.
Considering how small this is, it's actually quite nice when you do have something small, you can actually control it. So I'm quite enjoying the...
That's what she said. Badumch.
The first time a woman has ever said that, ever.
Yeah. Are you getting stones out of that field?
Not this one, but the one you're driving past?
Yeah, I've just
small
noticed
stones.
Small stones. Yeah. Right, I'm going to stand here and I'm now going to just judge you.
Please do.
This is me reliving cinematics now, but with you doing it. So now I'm going to, filming a nice cinematic shot.
Do you imagine? I'll be your model. Behind the scenes with Pharmacy. Yeah, role play. It would take so much planning. That would be my only concern.
It depends how you do it, because I've done. Don't get me wrong. I'm not even going to remotely even try and liken them to Scroft's Farmhand series, because that is
mega
quintessentially the greatest thing ever when it comes to the scope of your imagination using this game to make a roleplay series. I've done my Edgewater series, which was a roleplay series, and I've got my Tahitian series, which is a roleplay series. And it doesn't take that much planning. It's because I just wing it. I'm making it up as I go along, kind of thing. Because I'm not treating it the same way that you do a Let's Play series, where you're happy to talk about exactly what you're doing, and you're talking from a different perspective, and you're happy to bring up the menus, show what money you've got and the field information. You go into here and you can see this menu and that menu. In a roleplay series, you don't do any of that. You just keep the screen free of all displays and clutters, and try and make up a story as you go along.
It would be interesting.
Interesting. Yeah, I suppose it would. It's
maybe one for the future. We do have something else in the pipeline, which I think you're all going to enjoy.
Well, I hope so. Yeah, it's yeah, absolutely. I've dropped the link to the mobile sell points in Discord before we forget, and yes, I have a different name there. Thank you very much, TVD. Appreciate that, mate. I'll check that out. I must admit, my Discord's been beeping away in the background. I do hope it hasn't been coming through on my game or my video audio here. I think I don't know what I've done wrong on that one, but for some reason.
Kermit says Scruff's Farmhand series is a cinematic masterpiece. I agree.
It is incredible. It really is. I'm still, unfortunately, I'm sinfully, I'm quite a few episodes behind where everyone's up to in real life. Big City Survival, hello, mate. He says, I prefer watching Let's Play role plays. He said, I prefer watching Let's Play, sorry. Role play feels too forced sometimes. Also, I'm glad I managed to finally catch you live. Great to have you, mate. Good to see you.
Great to see you.
Cheers for dropping by. Hope you're good.
Yeah, I think I find it quite hard because I'm not a natural actor. I don't know how. You have to be really confident in your ability to tell a story and have really good characters. And I think Scroft even like writes notes down and things like that. So yeah. You really have to.
It would surprise me if he didn't write stuff down, because, or you know, have things even remotely scripted, or put thought into it ahead of time.
Especially with his most recent stuff, like he really is making an effort to also educate. Like he had a guy come round from the Farmers Association of something or other, talking about the slurry application. I will come back and get that strip.
You missed a bit. You missed a bit. You missed a bit.
Yeah, so it takes great thought.
Yeah, it must.
And I'm sure some episodes are much easier than others, but he's with the whole the massive change to George's farm and how he's been able to show that construction from bottom up. I mean, I don't know how he's done it. There must be some serious editing in the HTML files. XML files to do that.
I know Scroft's a pretty dab hand at Giants Editor as well, which is a great help.
Yeah.
That might have a lot to do with it, perhaps.
Yeah, I mean, some of his recent stuff, I just look at it and think, wow.
No spoilers though, because I haven't caught up yet. Missed a bit. Missed a bit. Missed a bit.
There we go. 2 fields cultivated.
Done. There you go, mate. Nice work.
Not bad.
Not bad at all, mate.
This one doesn't have any stones.
No,
everyone
so
does.
We shall have to. We haven't got a stone picker, have we? I don't know if we have.
No, because we had stones turned off on this map. It must have been, the stones must have been in that field.
No, I think you're right. I'm just going into the menu now. Just field stone. Yeah, field stones are off. Yeah, so maybe are they? In fact, if we go to the menu, well, it won't show us, will it? Because the stones are turned off. Oh well, right. Anyway, mate, 2 hours and 2.25 hours. There we are.
Yeah.
I think we've reached our quota of what we're roughly where we wanted to be this evening. Ken Adlam Scroft is teaching Beanie how to use the tractors and machinery on the Alma map. It's great fun watching them two play. It really is.
Yeah, I think it's amazing because you can hear how more relaxed she's getting each episode, and like they're telling stories with each other. It's beautiful. I just love it.
Yes.
Yeah, she's a lovely human. We've had the pleasure of meeting her as well, haven't we?
We certainly have.
She is just so sweet, so lovely.
Oh, Mark, there he is. Mark's pinged me. I know how to get rid of the stones. Oh, that's why you're a legend, mate. I shall ping you immediately once I get off the game here. Yeah. No stones, so the castle is out. yeah.
No stones left unturned.
We're not going to plough the entire map into one big field and use a 2-meter stone picker to.
No.
Yeah.
No, not happening.
You.
Nope. Nope.
Yes, I have seen a few people's attempts and jobs and work in Mark will know what I'm talking about because he's kind of part of it. But there's a massive field on Spring Creek. Spring Creek's the 30. Is it 32 times map? Is that the one? 32. It's massive, like seriously massive. Very impressive.
Well,
anyway,
good for them.
Indeed,
I won't be. I don't think that's for me. If
you need to experience a big map, though.
I absolutely will if there's more than one of us. But I personally couldn't commit to a let's play on something like that. I physically don't have the time in the day. Work from 9 till 6. Hopefully get to do some work, and then I've still got to edit it. So
there you go. 36 times. It's a 36x map. 1,000 hectare field. Let's just try and put that into perspective.
Ribbly.
The field we're stood in here is a 2.56 hectare field. So, pretty much give or take a bit, 500 times as big as the field we're in. Mr. Sim Gamer will be off building a haystack. Yes, it's quite an incredible achievement.
I'll be off building a haystack. Yeah, I'll go stand in the building, doing some administration.
Yeah.
I'll be looking at the CVs of who we can hire and fire.
Yeah.
And then they can log on to our server and do the work for us.
Well, mate, it's been fun. We've finally made it back here again. It's been forgive us, ladies and gentlemen, those of you who've been with us for quite a while watching our live streams and stuff. We haven't been able to align our schedules for the last couple of weeks properly, have we? But we've managed to do it this evening.
We have indeed, and keep an eye out on our channels if you press that little notification bell, that will let you know when we put any notifications up about live streams. Keep an eye on our community chats, our socials, and stuff like that.
Absolutely. There you go. Mark's just said 83 man-hours to harvest. 83 hours.
I have no words.
It's proper, like, jaw-droppingly, like, what? 80? I thought field 160 on Huron County is the biggest I think I've attempted solo.
I tell you what would be fun though is if all the content creators got together and we did like a
massive server thing.
Yeah, not like a 24-hour stream, and we all just like take shifts
for charity.
For charity.
You got to work for charity. Yeah.
That would be quite fun.
That would be mega.
I would definitely take part in something like that, and I would sit there for hours upon hours and do it.
With a small header.
Yeah, if it's for charity, I would definitely I would pick the smallest header in the world.
For charity.
There's not much I wouldn't do for charity.
Well, there we go. 100k for FSG. Wait and see. Indeed, Mark. Indeed. TVD, thanks, mate. Indeed, thank you very much for your support this evening, TVD. I really appreciate it, mate. Thank you very much indeed. You've been extremely
super sweet of you.
Indeed, thank you very much indeed. And to all of you for watching, for calling by, for saying hello, for chatting in the chat, of course. Thank you very much. It's been wonderful having you all here.
We appreciate
Great to see you all on your Sunday night. So yeah, Mrs. SG, thanks, dude.
Thank you, my friend.
It's been fun, indeed.
It's been fun.
We've got a few more jobs done down here on the farm.
We have.
Indeed. So I think it'd be difficult right now to say. Hopefully, we'll be able to crack on with another stream, or either an episode or a stream sometime next weekend as well. We shall see how the stars align and how our schedules align, and hopefully we'll be able to get back on with something.
And yeah, on your way out, guys, hit that like button on both streams. Thank you.
Yes, please. That would be greatly appreciated.
All the YouTubey things.
The YouTubey things. So,
lots of love.
Cheers, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. See you in the next one. Bye for now.
See you later. Bye-bye.